Welcome, everybody, to more Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom. Today, we'll be playing through more of Kaiba's campaign. I will admit last stream I missed picking up Baphomet. I won't be able to show off the Chimera fusion. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do that anyway. Kaiba! You traitor! You are completely surrounded. If you give up now, I may spare your life! As if I would ever believe that promise from you. The answer is no. I will never give in! Stop acting so tough. We have you vastly outnumbered. Do you really think you stand a chance? You are too arrogant for your own good! That's what I hate most about you, Kaiba! You have no respect for the Empire's authority and rule! You're right, I have no respect for that old sack of bones. Why don't you shut up and attack already? I'm looking forward to yanking out that tongue of yours. You asked for it! Attack! I'll reward the man that captures Kaiba whatever he wants! Good God, Blackland Fire Dragon has a shit ton of action points. I think we actually need to focus on Blackland here, even though he's the most durable enemy here. Stopped ourselves taking a shit ton of damage there. That's 4 actions that the enemy didn't get to use. Mystic Horseman over here is actually kind of saving the whole team because he's got action points out there. Kaiba just took that guy to school. Axe Raider, Ryukushin powered, Penguin Soldier. Oh wow, they're all that same trio. Oh. Whoops. Fuck it. Eat the penguin. Geek him. Oh my god, he missed! And then the penguin missed. Why does Gaia somehow have one less action point now? That's interesting. He started our last fight with 3, and now he has 2. In this fight. I don't know what's going on. Did he shift out of Kaiba's attribute? Is that what happened? Can he do that? I think he can. Oh yeah, let the enemy get 3 whole turns using only 2 monsters. Oh no, they got 4 turns. Thanks, game. How's that for a fucked up turn order? Whatever. Get fucked. He should. Yep, he lost his guard bonus. I love how Mystic Horseman has to keep doing all the cleanup because these 2 fucks in Kaiba's team don't have good action points. Kaiba's kind of handing all of these guys their asses. This is a little sad. Yeah, he's down to 2 action points again. What the hell? Again, you all might notice that I have the Soul of Obelisk there. I am not going to be using it in this particular battle. I don't really feel that there is a need. I could use it on Martha, so that would be fun. Kaiba is a bit of a murder hobo. Yeah! Yeah, that's very true. Kaiba kind of lives and dies on rule by force. And that's actually why Yugi always kicks his ass. Ryukushin powered as a monster, Kaiba actually does use him a couple of times for some bizarre, unknown fucking reason. I really don't know why. But he does actually use Ryukushin powered. And I believe the main reason why he puts Ryukushin powered to work is actually because Ryukushin powered is a dark monster that has just enough attack points that if he uses Shrink to reduce the monster's attack power, it it can actually activate Crush Card Virus, which is a card he frequently uses to fuck up his opponent's decks. Because in the anime, if that card goes off on you, you lose every monster in your entire deck, hand, and field with 1,500 or more attack points to the graveyard instantly. And from then on, the only way to actually get powerful monsters is to either steal them from your opponent or resurrect them from the graveyard. But that's like the only thing I could think of to explain why he uses Revolution Power. When Vorse Raider, the Man Beast, is the card he tends to lean on the most for his Crush Card combo. Initially, he uses Sagi the Dark Clown for that, but he doesn't rely on Sagi to do that. Too hard. I think he gets, like, he ditches Sagi from his deck after Duelist Kingdom because he never uses that fucking card. Until Dark Side of Dimensions, because for some reason he uses it in Dark Side of Dimensions. It appears once as the monster that he uses as a sacrifice in lieu of his Blue Eyes Ultimate, or Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, so that monster doesn't get destroyed by one of Digital Yami's trap cards. Ow! Look here, you motherfucker! Cut that shit out. There we go, use a red medicine. Get off your ass and on your feet, Gaia! He made the penguin guard. He waited and then attacked as soon as the game gave him another immediate turn. Yeah, no, fuck it. I'm just gonna kill you. Then I can let Kaiba heal while somebody goes and grabs Gamma the Magnet Warrior. And that somebody is probably gonna be working on it. Gaia! Action points, bro! God damn it, man. You and Dark Magician both, I swear to God. Oh, okay, this is Bazon? Okay. Mokuba, go north and go find me a magnet. Okay, Marthas is over there. And that Shikaka is over there. Okay. Alright, Bones, go shank somebody. Yeah, Mystic Horseman just needs to regenerate. If I have to use an item on him, I will, but Marthas is out of monsters.
all the way up here? I gotta find a damn magnet. Hey, look at that. 1 Shikaka, 2 Shikaka, 3! I got a foot for each of ye. I love how Bones comes with such a really good team to start. It's so dumb, considering how weak he actually is in the actual anime, because in the anime, he's actually one of the weakest duelists. He's also one of the few duelists that you don't see in Falsebound Kingdom, or not Falsebound Kingdom, but Capsule Monster Coliseum. Neck Hunter got another action point! Awesome! Where's my magnet? He's gotta be here somewhere, goddammit. Oh, Mokuba gets a discount at shops? Dude. Alright, Bones, go to where Kaiba is. Come on, where's Gamma? Bones, go help him find Gamma. Is a decently quick monster. Look at her go. They said the mountains north of Basil. Where the hell is that damn magnet? He's the only magnet warrior I need. I missed Berfomet. I'm not missing him. Hey, welcome back, Liz. You know you can watch your movie. Oh, it was Alpha the Magnet Warrior. Okay. Alpha was the one I was missing. Alright, Kaiba, I feel like you should be the one to go kill Marthas. Mostly just because I hate Marthas. Oh, wow, he's actually using a much better team. No items. None of his creatures have... Okay. I think Kaiba can take this, but I need to kill the illusory gentleman first. You know, that's why I wasn't texting in here, I figured. No! He's come after me! No! What? Huh? Oh, God. Okay, I see what just happened. I'm sorry, everybody. Hang on, I gotta fix this. Oh, Jesus. The reset button on my GameCube is messed up. Hang on. I am terribly sorry to everybody that we will basically be redoing a good portion of this. Good God. Okay. Send him over there. Send him over there. Kaiba. Yeah, fuck it. Build an anti-ground cannon. I set my glass down a little too hard and then shocked the reset button, I guess, somehow. I'm pretty sure it was Snakehair that found him up here. I'm very sorry, everybody. I don't know what happened. He's got 3 action points again. What the hell? really wish I had some mods to speed this up, but that's not going to happen. I'll have Mystic Horseman heal himself when he takes another hit. So Gaia the Fierce Knight actually has some pretty cool lore on him. Gaia is a mighty and chivalrous knight in the lore of the monster card game itself that fights with honor and integrity and decency. He's been retrained a couple of times into Lord Gaia and Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight. Lord Gaia being his most powerful, like, incarnation that Yugi gets to use. That said, he also has his own entire sub-archetype. Gaia actually has two primary archetypes, where he becomes the Cursed Dragon Rider, and is one of them, where him and Curse of Dragon have both been heavily retrained into an entire deck built around summoning Gaia the Dragon Champion and upgraded versions of the Dragon Champion. It is a very solid dragon deck. Warrior Dragon deck. I wouldn't recommend it now because it's hardly a Tier 1 or Tier 0 deck. However, it's not a bad deck either. The other train is that the original reason why Yugi summons Gaia the Fierce Knight the way he does... Oh, he's got it back. Huh. I wonder if the game just glitched and took it away from him. Gaia, canonically, according to the lore of the actual card game, not the anime, becomes the Blackluster Soldier. He steps through the gates of chaos and infuses himself with the powers of light and dark and becomes a warrior of chaos known as the Blackluster Soldier. And the Blackluster Soldier is Yugi's most powerful monster for a good while until he inevitably acquires Valkyrian the Magna Warrior. Then in terms of just sheer power, it's actually Valkyrian that is Yugi's toughest monster. But if you, in terms of actual utility and ease of use, Dark Magician and Buster Blader are his two best all-stars. And Dark Paladin is also the strongest monster that he can use. Irony is that we will likely be seeing something like that because I actually fully intend to have Mokuba use the Magnet Warriors as his main team this run-through of the game. Just because I really want to see that. I want to see if they're viable in this game. I believe they are, but I want to see it. And then the Blackluster Soldier was initially just a really annoying to summon 3,000 attack point ritual beatstick. The Blackluster Soldier, however, received numerous retrains. There is an entire deck built around Blackluster Soldier at this point, and there's Blackluster Soldier variants that emphasize the dark side of his attribute, and there's Blackluster Soldier variants that emphasize the light side of his attribute. There are upgraded versions of Blackluster Soldier that are just basically way better versions of him. perhaps the most infamous version of Blackluster Soldier is Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning, which is a monster that if you are familiar with the TCG, you might know. Envoy of the Beginning does actually make its debut in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, wielded by the copycat Dimitri, who steals the card along with the entirety of Yugi's deck when it goes on display. And Jaden Yugi is forced to duel Dimitri in order to get the deck back. Which he does. But not before almost losing to it a million times. The Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning was a card that was banned for a little while and ended up getting very heavily limited later because it was a card that was so strong that you just could not have more than one copy of it in a deck. It was one of those cards, it rapidly became unbalanced the instant that you had more than one copy. It was really hard to search for a long time because it was a very strong creature, but inevitably a searcher came out that made it relatively easy to snag it into your hand. And I ended up using Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning to help out my deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Nightmare Troubadour, but on Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End ended up being way more powerful. Chaos Emperor Dragon was actually so broken that the card was banned until an errata came out many years ago. 2,202 Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards to a tournament. I don't remember a guy doing that. I do remember a couple of judges who brought a 272 card deck to a tournament and used cards that predominantly caused them to have to reshuffle the deck just to show that decks needed a card limit. So the maximum card limit became 80 cards. Because any more than that, and you couldn't reasonably shuffle the deck without drastically dragging on the match. As far as Blackluster Soldier, the only other variant of him that I haven't mentioned is Master of Dragon Soldier, which is him fused and riding the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. That is like the most overpowered fucking dragon monster in the game. But it's also one of the hardest to summon, so it never really saw a lot of tournament play. As far as Blackluster Soldier, he saw huge competitive play according to some sources that I found on YouTube for years, because Envoy of the Beginning was just that good. Inevitably, he would get power crept out, but by himself, he was actually a pretty nasty monster to try to have to overcome. So Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, ended up pissing off a lot of people. And I mean a lot. Envoy of the Beginning was, he has two effects. And, well, technically three if you count his summoning condition. You don't summon this card normally by sacrificing two monsters from your side of the field. That's not how summoning him works. He is part of what I call the Chaos Summoning series, where you remove a light monster and a dark monster in your graveyard from play in order to summon him. The first card to actually do that was Chaos Sorcerer. And Chaos Sorcerer was pretty overpowered as well. What made what made Envoy of the Beginning so nasty, though, was, number one, summoning him counts as a special summon. You do not normal summon this creature, it is a special summon. Number two, not only does he not eat up your normal summon to get on the field, one of his special effects allows him to remove any card on your opponent's side of the field from play once a turn. So if your opponent has a card that has you worried because it might be a trap, if your opponent has a card that has you worried because it might be a spell that can be a problem, if you're worried that they've got a flip effect monster that you really don't want them to summon, then what you can do is you can just order Blackluster Soldier to remove it from play. And it won't trigger the effect of the cards, in most cases, that you would do this with. There are certain cards that can be activated in reaction to you trying to remove them from play, but most of them won't. In the case of Blackluster Soldier, he also has another effect. If he attacks a monster and destroys it in battle, he's allowed to attack again. He can only do that once a turn, though. So he can attack up to twice a turn. And because he is a 3,000 attack point monster, getting around him is not exactly easy. Neither is walling him off. You need something along the lines of Labyrinth Wall or Millennium Shield to be able to actually stall him. Oh. Were the ruins over here? Okay, maybe it was... Oh, shit. Or pull Exodia out your ass. Exodia actually hasn't seen a lot of tournament play for really ever, just because Exodia was never a very easy card to summon. Like, Exodia decks are stall decks. That's what, like, if you use an Exodia deck that's good, you use a deck that's loaded to the gills with stall cards. That's what you do. You do not use an Exodia deck that acts like a normal duel deck at all. Because you need to stall, and you need to constantly use searchers, and shit like that just takes several turns to set up. At least it did until now, because one guy figured out how to build an Exodia deck that allowed him to loop search effects from his cards until he got all 5 pieces of Exodia in his hand, and then instantly won his the duel against his opponent. And it was a local tournament, but he still topped the tournament. Exodia is actually starting to become meta-relevant because a lot of the Exodia support that's been created over the years has started to make him almost good. Exodia is... I'm kind of glad that he's finally meta-relevant because he's one of the most powerful, you know, cards in the TCG lore. Did I get a mosquito bite somehow? Probably should have slept yesterday. Yeah, most people need some sleep at least once a day. Is there a particular reason you didn't? Trying to think of something interesting other than, you know, Blackluster Soldier War. Sleep schedule got mucked. That happens to you a lot. You really don't regulate your sleep schedule. There we go. Get my action point back, motherfucker. Mesmeric control. Gift of the mystical elf. Spellbinding circle. Now I gotta go search around for Alpha again. Yep. Was able to play games to stay awake. Well, I'm glad you were able to play some games to stay awake, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should have. Now I gotta go find my damn magnet again. I was about to end that fucking fight too when my GameCube reset. That Horde mode on Space Marine 2 is difficult as fuck. Yeah, I know. Me and a couple of friends played it and had some of the most glorious, but also some of the most difficult moments of our lives on that game. Or on that mode. Oh my god. The game says there's supposed to be ruins somewhere in these mountains. Me, I'm over here like, what fucking ruins? Like, there's no visual cue. You don't need it. You can call in reinforcement Space Marines. You don't need a fourth man. You can call in extra men and get passive bonuses. You just have to know how to spend your resources in that mode. Why does this have to be so complicated? Me and a couple of my friends did pretty well. It's at least not a defense horde like World War Z. Yeah, that's kind of what I hate is normally horde mode is very defensively oriented. Where's Alpha? Oh, hello. He's got Zanky. There he is! Oh, Gamma the Magnet Warrior has joined your forces. Why did it say Alpha the Magnet Warrior again? Also, Pegasus and the Labyrinth Ruler are randomly showing up to help me. No items on him. Pegasus doesn't have any items either, but he does have decent monsters. Stay back, I say. Blood Angel Cosmetic Pack is soon incoming with the Tech Marine. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad to see the Tech Marine. Okay, we need to kill the illusory gentleman here. Like, that guy has to go first. I prefer to see at least a medic. Yeah, a lot of people were really hoping that the first creature we'd get, or the first class we'd get was an apothecary or something like that. Sadly, that's not gonna happen. At least not yet. Frankly, I'm not a fan of it either. I don't like that we didn't get a medic class yet, particularly with how easy it is to lose all your contested health and your regular health. It's just too easy to miss. And the quote-unquote healing ability of the melee class, yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. Okay, Invitation to a Dark Sleep needs to go down. Now that we've killed the illusory gentleman, though, this fight should be cake. Having a teammate that's either stupid or arrogant and ignored having a medkit to use. What? I don't know. It sounds like you've just been having bad teammates. That's not really a problem of the game. Oh, not having a medkit. Okay, I saw it autocorrect. That kind of was weird. Yeah! Also, I want to note, he has a way better team when he becomes a boss than when he was actually fighting for you. It's good to see you again, Kaiba. I heard you as soon as I heard about your trial in Sieg Baths. I'm glad you're okay. Thank you. You're now being chased by the Empire because you were seen talking to me. How very unlucky. It doesn't matter. I wasn't fighting for the Empire anyway. Aha! So my feelings about you are right. But none of that matters now. You cannot return to the Empire. It will be impossible for you to accomplish your goals by yourself. The Emperor will send the Imperial Guard after you. Why don't you join my resistance? We can help each other. Not that again. Thanks for the offer, but I don't like working for others. You dismissed my offer too hastily, my friend. I want you to be the leader. What? I may be a marshal, but I'm not an experienced fighter. I've been looking for a skilled new leader to help me defeat the Empire, and I think you're perfect for the job. If you'll join us, I'll happily give the mantle of leadership to you. Why? I don't want the people of my land, or anywhere on this continent, to suffer anymore. The world could be a beautiful place. man and monster living in peace. But the trash needs to go first. I'm happy to lend my strength to accomplish that goal. I know that you have your own goals, but you cannot accomplish them on your own. You need help, and you have that. I have a feeling that when you accomplish your goals, I will also accomplish my own. I do truly want to help.
Okay, I will lead your army, but you'll get no thanks from me. We're both getting something we want.
Of course. Now the resistance is more powerful than ever. Both my man, Labyrinth Ruler, and I will fight for you as marshals. Please, give us a chance.
40K racing game being made?
That...
Why?
Following the advice of Pegasus, Kaiba sets out to gather other powerful marshals for his new army. Kaiba's first likely candidate is the ruler of the deep forest of Inza, located on the eastern side of the continent. Rumor has it that this marshal can control the forces of nature and has a substantial following in the deep forest of Inza. Okay. So, Labyrinth Ruler, you might recognize this guy again if you played Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. His portrait is ripped literally right out of that game as the Demolition Derby. Okay.
Orcs, that's why, Humi!
You need to spell Humi with only one M, otherwise it's Hummy. And then that just sounds weird. Demolition Derby I'm kind of into, especially if it's orky. Labyrinth Ruler is basically the Labyrinth Mage, but unlike the Labyrinth Mage, he's not working for a douchebag. So this guy can actually be of some rudimentary, at least, assistance to us. His monsters aren't that great, so don't expect me to let them stay. Shadow Ghoul's okay, and Dark Chimera is okay, but they're not that great. You'll notice their action points are actually really average. And Zanki is just an average as fuck warrior, so he's not really particularly good help. Labyrinth Ruler just does not start with a very good team. So what we're going to do is looks like we're going to let him keep Dark Chimera. I need to buy some more black pendants, clearly. So what we're going to do is snag a blue medicine, snag a red medicine. Don't know if you heard another live-action Street Fighter's being made. As long as it doesn't involve Addy Shanker, I don't care. Addy has just kind of proven to be the worst of the worst of the worst. So, I'm willing to tolerate the opportunity, but I'm terrified they're gonna get it wrong. That's kind of my problem. I don't want them to get it wrong. Some of the cast has been revealed. When it comes to the casting of M. Bison, I don't know. Who's playing Bison? Bison is one of the most iconic characters of Street Fighter. Who the fuck did they get to play him if you're not sure? The guy from Ant-Man? Sort of a Russian hacker, a friend of Scott's. It's not really ringing bells. At the risk of, sounding kind of stupid or potentially offensive, it's not really ringing any bells. You know what? I'm going to give this guy Dark Elf. Like, which guy from Ant-Man are you talking about? Because I genuinely don't fucking know. Kurt. That's his name. Okay, I have to look this guy up, because I don't know who the hell you're talking about. David Dastmalchian. Oh my god. They want that guy to play Bison? Oh god, I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, Pegasus monsters. I don't know if I'm gonna change any of his monsters. His monsters can pretty much actually kind of take care of themselves. I'm gonna start equipping monsters with Goblin's Secret Remedy just to be able to do things. I don't really know if I want Dark Rabbit. But Curry Box I do kind of want. Oh, I really don't know how I feel. 50 Cent? They want 50 Cent to play Balrog? Are you out of your mind? Like, no! Seriously, no! 50 Cent is playing Balrog? Oh my god! Oh, it's like you fuckheads are trying to give me a goddamn aneurysm. 50 Cent is nowhere near the build for Balrog! Balrog was a fucking brute! He was a behemoth of a man! 50 Cent ain't no goddamn brute! He doesn't look like one! Cody Rhodes wants to play Guile? I don't even know who the fuck Cody Rhodes is. The guy who they want to play M. Bison just looks... I just don't feel like he looks the part. He doesn't look like what I would expect M. Bison to look like. And I really don't appreciate that. Some wrestler. Guile's not a wrestler. I'm so disappointed already. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't have words for shit. I haven't really seen modern Hollywood talent that can impress me either. I really fucking haven't. Modern Hollywood talent is just ass to me right now. It's ass and a half. And I just don't fucking care. I probably sound like a complete douchebag. I'm positive I do, but... Hollywood's burning. Hollywood's burning because all of its criminal activity is finally being discovered. Like, Hollywood was loaded to the gills with criminal cracks of shit. Okay? It has and always been that way.
Huh? Seto Kaiba, is that you? I'm the former Do Monsters champion of Japan, Weevil Underwood. Never heard of you. What? You think you can make fun of me and get away with it? Huh. I expected the ruler of the forest to be a major player. Why don't you give up now and come work for me? Oh, you're asking for it! Work for you, huh? You'll be working for me by the time we're done!
Okay. They're all the same. And most of these monsters are kind of shit. Well, at least it'll be good farm fodder for Mokuba. That cannon is about to arm. You may have heard that. Man, like, I don't think anybody could have not heard about the P. Diddy thing. That shit got so fucking televised, it was retarded. Like, the P. Diddy thing just... That blew out of control so fast. It's not even funny. Like, P. Diddy's scandal is all over the goddamn media and internet. There's no saving that now. Oh wow, he missed with his very first attack. Again, like I said, the only reason that Hollywood is imploding at this point is because Hollywood is finally being uncovered for the sick bastards that they are. Oh my god! That was a really unlucky crit. Like, Hollywood is so full of the most fucked up people. Needs a bit more imploding. No, it doesn't need actual implosion. People just needed to wake up and realize that actors are human. That's the fucking problem. People didn't treat actors like they were normal people. They treated actors like they were mythical people to put on stands and on pedestals and shit like that. And that's just not true. Like, actors are not something you should have ever put on a fucking pedestal. I'm sorry that's hard for the world to understand, but it's the truth. Actors should never have been put on a pedestal. Like, actors never belonged on a pedestal. Oh god, he's going up against full health enemies. Oh jeez. Okay. I'm gonna have to get a few licks in and then just retreat. What the hell did you just say? What the fuck did I even just hear? A skibbity toilet movie? What? I don't even know. I don't know anymore. People are subjecting me to some very strange things right now. Mokuba's team is about to get demolished. Years ago, that was apparently a rumor. Mince Mixer. That is a very stupid name for an attack. Wow, I didn't think these bugs were going to wipe out this battle. Well, that was my mistake. Yeah, Mokuba's dead. He's returning to Transformers for another film. Okay. Wasting my first attack. The Magnet Warriors aren't bad, I just need to level them up. Which would be easier if I could have started them with some equipment, but I didn't. And the game fucked over their ability to escape, so I can play D&D guy. Yeah! Jesus! She shot up a lot of levels. Dark Elf went up by frickin' 4 levels, or 5 levels. No. I haven't heard of that yet. What's that about? insect Armageddon all over. Group that plays D&D and videos. Chaos unfolds. A lot of humor. Oh. That sounds hilarious. Very much considered. Maybe I should have put a magnet warrior in each character's army and then just built them up that way. I definitely fucked up. I shouldn't have given Mokuba a raw team that low. I could reset the fight and then have everybody using a magnet warrior and their team wouldn't be that held back. Rather surprising voice acting range and skill. Ooh. I could have also had somebody weaken most of these insect teams to critical health levels for Mokuba to be able to just pick a lot of them off, and I didn't do that either. Legends of Avengers. We have to look those guys up. Just need to give this guy some better creatures. Alright. Gonna limit my Dark Elf's experience points, but everybody needs to spend around healing at this point. Dark Elf alone. Leave my Gothy Edge Elf Mage Lady alone. she got an action point. So many assholes, so many bugs, oh my fucking god! Assholes must die, and leave me with some chicken butt. Ah, an attack and life point bonus. Oh my god, there's still 4 of these bastards. I feel a little bit like Harvey Dent.
Why can't you just die?
Show is named after Kaiba and spelled that way. That just sounds atrocious. Kaiba. giant hand that has a stupid amount of HP. Also, it's worth noting, I didn't realize this for a while. The game did kind of cheat near the end on a couple of things. Cosmo Queen is not a monster that you are supposed to normally just have. Cosmo Queen is actually a fusion monster in this game. Normally, she's a ritual monster. Back in Yuki's campaign, when a couple of enemies had Cosmo Queen leading their team, that shouldn't have been a thing. That should have been a fusion between Mystical Elf and Dark Elf that somehow produces Cosmo Queen in this game. Gasp! Cheating, you don't say. Yeah, I know, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Konami game. Who would expect that to cheat? Stares menacingly at Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Ha! I missed my last attack! I'm just gonna let Bones kill these guys now. This is the uninjured enemy squad. But yeah, the game cheated when it gave Scott and a couple of his other bosses Cosmo Queen. The way you get her in this game is she is a monster that is acquirable strictly by polymerization. You have to fuse in order to get her. Die! Virtually every Yu-Gi-Oh! Game I've ever played cheats on some level. Duelists of the Roses does it. Forbidden Memories does it worse than any other. I paralyzed you, sir! And then you instantly healed from it. Explicitly to tell me to fuck off. Here, have poison and paralysis. Because fuck you, I don't need another reason. You know what? Let's just hit him again because even though his guard is up... Oh, let's miss, actually. Even though his guard was up, he could still be poisoned. Imagine a loyalist chapter of Space Marines that come from the Lunar Wolves, but the mutation they have makes any of them look like Horus. That is an oddly specific mutation. Is there a reason you had that weird mentality there? 'Cause I'm not getting it. found it in a fanfic. I don't know, that just sounds weird to me. Very weird. I'll cut you, son. Alright, let's start poisoning you right away. I'd say the person in that fanfiction has a weird obsession with Horus. That's what that tells me. They don't keep his face, so they effectively burn or try to make scarring to look nothing like him. That, again, sounds very weird. That sounds like an excuse to have an obsession with horrible disfigurement. I have to show it. That just sounds so bizarre. I get that nobody wants to look like Horus because of the Horus heresy. I feel like that's taking it a little too far. It just sounds so bizarre. I'm sorry. I don't really know what to do with that. Oh look, the ant is fucked. I just feel like there are so many more interesting things you could do with that if you were going to do something with a weird genes mutation. Toxics. Take your poison. You eat this oversized scythe. What we're seeing right here is exactly how useful good poison damage really is. It more than makes up for Midnight Fiend's inherent weakness in terms of stats. Let's see if this paralysis lasts. Oh, never mind. He's dead. Okay. Who cares? It's kind of why the Black Pendant is OP. Also, you probably shouldn't use the wait action when there's somebody out there that can paralyze you. Okay, just to look at it if they're enough to understand. I don't know. It's just such an oddly specific thing. Like, why would you want that? Well, Bones got 3 upgrades. Bones is a good marshal. That's how I worded it. I don't know if that's the issue. I don't think your wording was the problem. I think that somebody wanted an excuse for their chapter to have horrible disfigurement. And that's the problem I have with that. And their excuse was, let's just make everybody look like Horus. But they don't want to keep Horus' face, so they just burn their faces and scar them horribly by cutting themselves. Like, Space Marines' faces get fucked up naturally through their, Jesus, brain blue screening. Oh, that's what took him so long. Blackland Fire Dragon has a giant fucking sphere. Taking a look over the fiction. I guess I can look at it. Like, there's a lot of chapters out there that have really weird physical mutations that cause them to be horribly disfigured. That's my problem. And they don't rely on, oh, well, everybody just hates Horus, so let's just make everybody look like fucking Horus. You know what I mean? That's kind of my issue. Will Mokuba resurrect? I get the feeling he's not going to. He'll like, if he does, he'll revive before any of the others. Yeah, I guess. It just sounds like a really lame excuse to me to make everybody hate themselves and want to slice up their faces. Game, give me equipment items. Good God, Ryukushin Powered is really fast. There's actually a couple of them that don't even fucking look cool. If Mokuba revives, I could try to build him up again. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change his team so that him, Labyrinth Ruler, and Pegasus all have one of the Magnet Warriors, and then I'm gonna try and make them each train one Magnet Warrior until the Magnet Warriors hit about level 15 to 20, and then I'll give them all to Mokuba. Because I really want to show off Valkyrian.
You cannot defeat me!
Why? Why can't I kick your ass? You now have to do me the service of explaining why I can't kick your ass. Is it because you're an arrogant sack of shit? Is that why I can't kick your ass? Giant ant and Hercules beetle are actually kind of decent creatures. Nope, does not boomerang.
Giga Fire!
I'm very picky about what I consider to be good fan fiction, extremely so, I would argue, because very few fan fictions know how to properly keep the feeling and tailored design of the original, of the mythos that they're messing with. A big reason about why I'm such a picky douchebag about it, Star Wars Acolyte. That was somebody's gay lesbian fan fiction turned into a TV show. And it was ass. worst part is that Disney is okay doing that. The action was terrible, the power scaling was garbage, the storyline explanation for anything was trash, the characterizations were cardboard cutouts. Like, it takes an extremely capable writer to write a fanfiction that feels like an extra added-on piece of a series. So as to why I'm so picky about it and why that bothers me so much is because it doesn't feel like a very thoughtful reason for why these soldiers are mutated and horribly disfiguring themselves. It just feels like either that person has really weird thoughts about Horus, or thought that connecting these guys to Horus like that would somehow make for interesting reading. Reading about a bunch of guys that disfigure themselves so they don't look like their Primarch because their Primarch was the king of traitors? That's a very simple fucking thought process, and to me it doesn't go very far. And it doesn't go very far because Horus is dead. Horus' story has been told. Horus is not going to come back either, and his story is not going to be told better with this now that he's dead. This doesn't really add to Horus' story. It adds to a loyalist chapter of his Space Marine Legion that does this to themselves out of hatred for where they come from. To me, it would be much more interesting if a lot of these men instead looked like Horus and were treated horribly by other chapters as a result of that. If that makes any sense. Ooh, Harpy's Pet Dragon got another action point. Because you could do something with that. You could make that go somewhere.
No! How could I lose? I told you. We could have avoided this whole fight if you just joined me when I told you to. Now you work for me, just as we agreed. Any questions? Kaiba. Never mind. We're probably after the same thing anyway. That's better. Oh, and try to carry your weight on the battlefield.
So, we have recruited Weevil, and now we're going after the Lord of the Plains. You could probably guess who that's going to be. According to Weevil, there is a powerful marshal that controls Gurenland fields just beyond the deep forest of Inzan. Gurenland is home to the largest beasts. The marshal that controls this area would surely be a welcome addition. And so, leading his growing force, Kaiba sets off to convince the ruler of Gurenland to join him. There is context. Okay. So, Weevil's team consists of Big Insect, Hercules Beetle, and Basic Insect. So, in all honesty, Weevil's team is not that bad, and Weevil himself is not a terrible marshal. In fact, we kind of want Weevil as a marshal. I'm not even making that up. And all of his little bugs are actually counting as beast-type monsters, so we can give them beast fangs to augment their attack points. Will you... Game, stop that! Okay. I am now gonna go pull two of the warriors out from Joey's team that I took from him. I'm gonna take Flame Swordsman and Panther Warrior. Silver Bow and Arrow. And Medicine. he's going to keep Gamma. Weevil is going to take... If the game would stop screwing with me. Beta. And, Labyrinth Ruler... No. Pegasus. Okay. We're gonna actually give Pegasus Alpha the Magnet Warrior. And these three can now raise the Magnet Warriors on their own with decent monster teams. We'll be missing something to add to give some info. Okay. Okay, so the Lord of the Plains is going to turn into a fairly slow mission next time, and I'm going to stop here just because I know I can't clear this in 15 minutes. But what I am going to do is... we were talking a little bit about Resident Evil last time, and I know it doesn't really have anything to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! But I wanted to kind of make my personal reflections on my experiences with the series pretty clear. I never played the original Resident Evil. I played a little bit of Resident Evil Remake. I need to go back and finish playing Resident Evil Remake, because I never did. I played the original Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation 1. It was a fun experience. I had a lot of fun, but a lot of people tried to say it was so much better than the original Resident Evil 2, or than the remake of Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil cards. That would be funny. They've done Spawn crossovers, which is interesting. The Vendread series is actually basically a whole bunch of Spawn references. But to get back to my point, the only thing that they took away from the original Resident Evil 2 was the ability to choose whether or not you got a gun or got a inventory upgrade for more carrying capacity. After playing through the game with both characters, I very quickly realized something. If you don't take the gun as Leon and then give Claire the inventory space increase, you are objectively making Claire's run harder on yourself. And vice versa. Claire doesn't need the extra gun. The guns that she has are actually more powerful than Leon's. Leon's are straightforward and powerful enough to get him through. But Claire also has more ammo types for her guns than Leon does. She has to worry about explosive rounds, acid, and incendiary rounds. Leon only has to worry about pistol ammo, magnum ammo, and shotgun ammo. So, like, changing what they did from Resident Evil 2 OG to the remake, really, I didn't give a shit about that. The only thing that I think is weaker about Resident Evil 2 remake when it comes to, like, what's better between 1 and 2, or the original and the new one, the remake has weaker voice acting and weaker writing. The voice acting and writing for Resident Evil 2 Remake is okay, but it's ass in the sense that the writing is awful, it's even worse than the original, and it feels like a shitty B-horror action movie. It doesn't actually feel like it's trying to be a horror film properly at all. Resident Evil 3 Remake was garbage. It intentionally shortened the game. It made the game weaker as a result, and I feel like that game needed more length and needed more to it, and it also took away one of the most epic fights in the game, which was the clock tower battle, for no reason. Resident Evil 2 and the remake, I've played a lot of both. I've beaten all the routes in the remake. RE5, I think the remake to RE5 is coming. I think Capcom is kind of under a lot of pressure, though, about that, because Resident Evil 4 Remake was fantastic. The only thing that sucked about RE4 Remake was the writing for Separate Ways And the fact that Ada Wong's voice had no fucking emotion whatsoever. Ada Wong's actress for that game was boring as fuck. I don't know if they did that to her on purpose or not. If they did, then fuck Capcom's voice direction for that. If they didn't, then sorry, dear, but your voice acting was terrible. She is the most boring and unlikable character in the remake of RE4. And honestly, even playing through Separate Ways twice, I still don't enjoy her. She hasn't grown on me at all. She's only grown more aggravating. I have played the original 2. I've played the remake. I haven't played RE3 original. I want to, but getting a hold of a copy is expensive as fuck. I played RE4 OG and the remake. Both are fantastic. Resident Evil 4 Remake is just overall a better experience. RE5 was a great game. The only really bad RE games that I played were Jesus Christ, what is it called? RE Operation Raccoon City, and there was one other bad Resident Evil game that I've played. No, 6 was fine. The problem that 6 had is it turned it into a giant, over-the-top action movie experience and did too much at once. It didn't, I think it should have condensed itself down more. And it should have actually tried to be more of a horror game than an action co-op experience. Operation Raccoon City is a fun co-op experience, but it's a shitty co-op. Like, it's writing is shit, and as a overall Resident Evil game, it's terrible. It doesn't scare, it doesn't try to scare, and even as a co-op shooter, it's average at best. I don't think it's a terrible experience, but I don't think it's a very good one either. And as a Resident Evil edition, it's terrible. It has a lot of potential, but its incredibly bad misexecution screwed the pooch on that from the get-go. Which sucks, because the Wolfpack and the Echo 6 teams both have a lot of potential as really cool and interesting teams and characters. But the game is so short with both campaigns and so poorly written and so terribly done with the story that you wouldn't be able to do that. Umbrella Corps was an awful game. I haven't even played Umbrella Corps. That game was so bad that everybody in the Resident Evil fanbase tries to acts like that game doesn't even exist. They will at least acknowledge 6, even though they don't think 6 is good or feels like Resident Evil. I think 6 feels like Resident Evil. I just think 6 was a bad Resident Evil game, only in that it was bad when it came to its horror elements. It doesn't scare. And it's not trying to be scary, it's just trying to be an action movie. Turned into a video game. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a nice day.